And good afternoon. Welcome to Tech20 Tuesday. My name is Jeff Whipple, and it's another Tuesday. Getting close to March break. I know that a lot of teachers are trying to get there and doing a great job of it. I've been around to a lot of schools and seeing a lot of cool stuff happening. So today on Tech20 Tuesday, just for those of you who may be tuning in and don't quite know what we do on Tech20 Tuesday, it's 20 minutes of professional learning around using technology in your classroom to be able to better serve your students. So giving them cool places to author and find audience and create and share. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of things really quick. 20 minutes we're going to have you in and out, and today we're going to look at two things: comics and infographics. And we know that kids love to tell stories, and they love to be able to tell stories using all kinds of digital media, whether it's Minecraft, whether it's all kinds of videos and all these things. They also love comics, and at the high school level, infographics. So we're going to have a look at both of them today. And so let's move on to, first of all, let's start with comics. So I am going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to share my screen. So now you should all be able to almost now see my browser, and there it comes. So today we're going to look at a number of different comic platforms, and we're going to start with a really simple one. And by the way, all these links I'm going to post up on the Wikispace, so you're able to go there. It's tech20tuesday.wikispaces.com. I'll put that up in a little bit so you can see that. But today let's start with a really simple one. So when we think about building capacity in students to be able to create, this one is called Witty, W-I-T-T-Y comics. So it's wittycomics.com. And the nice thing about this one is that it's really, really simple for kids to be able to start building dialogue and creating amongst themselves. So down here, you'll see this is simply a 3-pane comic strip. So down here at the bottom, you can see on scene number 1, we can change the scene to a bunch of pre-designed and even some just simple blank screens. Like here's one here with a simple horizon showing on it. And then we can choose 2 people, and I'm going to come back here because this is where the kids like to choose from. Well, they don't even want to do that. So there's one, and then on this side we're going to choose this person, and so they're going to have a little conversation, and then we can put in some words. So we can put in, "Hi there," and then this person's going to say, "My name is Sally. What's yours?" So you can see, and then they move to the same one here. So this is a really very simple platform for kids to use. They could do this from kindergarten all the way through to, I would say K-5. This is a great platform for them to start sharing some ideas. And so they would come and move to the second pane and keep on going. Now, the challenge with this is then what do you do and how do you share it? Well, inside, I want to show you a little trick. Inside of Windows Movie Maker, and it's the same thing on the Mac, you can come in here and use this snipping tool. So if they come in and go to the snipping tool, you see now that it's going to pull up a snipping tool, and then all we have to do is outline the comic that we want as they've created, and then we now have a JPEG file. So I can now go and save that. So it's just an image file. So I can save it anywhere I want to save it. And now we've got a little comic strip that we can then put up on our classroom website. We can put it on a stick. We can email it home to mom and dad so that we can generate audience for them. Or we can put it on our class website or a school website. So it's really important. The idea of audience for kids is huge. So they need to have, or they could, they could really share this in many ways once we create a digital copy of it. So using that little snip tool is a really cool way to be able to really save anything that they're creating on the web. So let's move on and have another quick look at a couple. I'm just going to show you a couple. There are literally, I would say dozens, if not hundreds, of different platforms out here, digital platforms where kids can create. So we're going to come into, this one is called Make Beliefs Comics, MakeBeliefsComics.com. Again, I'll put all the links up on the web wiki space at the end. So they can come in here, and it'll actually does much the same kind of thing, except it will allow them to write in English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, or Latin. But if they come in here, it will allow them to start to create. We're just going to have a quick look at this. So they can choose the print or email option. So if we scroll down just to be able to see a little bit more, so you can see that we can choose different characters. So there's all kinds of them here, and if we scroll across, you can see that we've got different characters that we can choose from. So let's choose this mom, and we're going to put her up here. So there's mom, and there is the puppy, and we're going to put him up there. And so mom doesn't look very happy, and puppy looks a little sad. So we can give her some talk balloons. So we're going to put up here, who tore up my book? And so you can see here that kids can have some fun. They can make it scale. So if they want this to be a little smaller, if they click on the scale after they've clicked on it, you can see they make it bigger, or we can make it a little smaller so mom can grump at the puppy. We can bring it to the front. So if we want to put it over something, so if we want the puppy to be sitting in front of mom, we can do that. If we want the puppy to be sitting behind mom, if we click on mom, then mom comes to the front. So there's lots of different options here. You can flip mom so that she's facing one way or the other, or we can delete an object that might be in here that we might want to no longer use. So, and then they can create this same thing. You can see here that there's lots of backgrounds as well, so they can come over here and put themselves really in any one of a number of different places. So we can put this as our background. And so there's mom talking to the puppy. We can put a book on the floor because there's lots of other things, lots of objects over here. Or we can just put colored backgrounds so you can see what's going on. So then there's thought balloons, there's panel prompts, so we can put in here the next day. Well, we could actually type in it and do some other kinds of things. So there's really cool things. And again, in here they can give it a title. So my comic, although they might want to be a little more creative, and I can put my own name in and go from there. So I can fill up all the panels and then hit next. And you can see here that I can review and edit it. I can print it, or I can save it to a disk. Or if I have created an account, I can email it to myself. So this one here, I don't necessarily have to do the screen capture or the clip job. I can actually just save that whole comic to a disk and put it right onto my computer. So that is just a little step up from the one we looked at before. And as I said, there's all kinds of these. So this is Make Beliefs Comics. The last one that I want to show you is the Spider-Man. The Marvel Comics have taken all of their characters, and so now kids can come in here and can create their own comics. They can create their own posters, all kinds of cool stuff based on the Marvel comic characters. So they can actually create their own stuff and come in here. The other thing that you should see in here when you come in to marvelkids.com/ and then there's an activities tab. Well, on the activities tab, you see here that you can actually download all kinds of word searches. There are Sudokus, there are scrambles, word scrambles, there's mazes. There's all kinds of stuff that are based on the Marvel characters, comics and the Avengers. So there's all kinds of neat activities for kids. So there's the coloring pages, and so you can really use those in your classrooms as well. So just as a couple of references, and I'll put these up on the website or up on the Wikispace as well. Free Technology for Teachers with Richard Byrne. If you don't know about Richard's from Maine, and he writes this website called Free Technology for Teachers, and he has 10 ways to create comics online. And a lot of the references that he will show you are the ones that I already have, plus more. And then I'll also put this one in. It's from SlideShare, and it's strategies for using comics in the classroom. And it's a slide deck from a teacher who is using comics, and she's got 40 slides in here. And you can come in through here and sort of have a look at what they've put up. So that's the first 10 minutes. Now we want to have a quick look at infographics. Now I've got 3 platforms that I want to show you. The first one is called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. And if you're not sure what infographics are, we're going to see a few of them here as we work our way through. So actually, I'm going to skip the Canva one, and we're going to come over here for now to Easily. And so it's E-A-S-E-L-L-Y. And so infographics, as you can see here, are simple diagrams that use data to be able to make a convincing argument or present an idea to somebody to simplify it. We all know that we like pictures. Kids love pictures. So you can see here, this one here is a favorite of mine. So you can see that it's making an argument, or I guess maybe not so much of an argument, but it's about you're trying to make a decision on a mobile phone. Well, if you have a BlackBerry, get an iPhone. If you have an Android, do you like it? No, get an iPhone. Yes, are you serious? Get an iPhone. So you can see here that this is a really simple one, but it gives you an idea about the kinds of I guess resources, the kinds of ideas that are out there that you can use to create and present data. So this one here is more of a traditional infographic, actually using data. So if kids were trying to create how people stay connected to the internet, well, by doing some surveys, they've then taken this data. 55% use YouTube, 26% use Twitter. MySpace is 10%, 100% use LinkedIn, 80% use Facebook. So you can see here that they're actually using these graphics to present data, which is the whole idea, to make it simple, make a visual representation of your argument or the data that you want people to see. And so in here you can see that there's lots of different templates, and you can actually grab any of these templates, or your students can, to create their own infographics. And these can then be shared out on a digital platform, or they can be printed to present in a class presentation or to post on the wall. There's lots of cool things that students can use. So that's Easily. And then this one here is called Pictochart. And you can see here that they have infographic options, they've got presentation options, and they've got printable options. So you can see here that there's lots of, if I click on the infographic tab, there's lots of choice here to choose from. So students can come in and select one of these templates. They can choose the color patterns. They can change pretty well everything on here, but they can go ahead and do their own. And I'm going to come back here to the Canva platform, which is probably the most advanced one. And so you can see here that you can come in. It gives you lots of basic information on fonts and background and all that stuff. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Then you can come down here and choose templates. So there's some really cool different types of templates and different formats, different sizes, and then you can create their own. This is where you start, and we'll show you how to start. And then this one here is neat because in Canva you can actually sign up teams. So if students are working in a group to create an infographic, you can actually put them all, or they can put themselves all in one team using student email addresses so that they can all work on the design and layout and construction of the infographic as they go along, so they can actually share the workload. Again, just want to share this with you. Free technology for teachers again. Richard Byrne has 5 good online tools for creating infographics. I've shown you a couple of them that he'll show you. And then 10 free tools for creating infographics. Is another coming from Creative Block magazine. And so you can come in there and read about some of the other tools that I'm not covering here, but you can go in and check those out yourself. So if you go to the Tech20Tuesday website, you can see that all the 2016-2017 sessions are archived. So just scrolling down, you can see the ones from the last few weeks. I've just started putting the comics infographics piece together. So I've put all those links in here. So if you go back to the website, or if you're at the website, you can see all those links, and I'll put the infographics links in as well, and the video will go right below all of the links. So that will take you back to all of those things that you want to have a look at. Tech20Tuesday today. So that is, share my screen. I just want to come back to this one. There we go. So if you're looking for support and they're in your classroom, we have a whole technology lead team. There are 4 of us in ASDW. Up in Woodstock, it's Wayland Dixon. Fredericton South, which would include all the city schools, including Harvey and Macadam, are Carme Desjardins. FEC North, so I've got all the schools on the north side of the river, including those schools that are technically in Oromocto, but so all the schools like Gibson Neal, Devon Middle, National Access Middle, etc., all the old FEC, I guess, all the way up to Doketown, Boys Town, Stanley, Keswick are all mine, and then down in Oromocto, the wonderful Janice Shaw and Wendy Thomas are tag teaming up down there, and so they can help you out. If you're looking for the Tech20Tuesday website, it's really simple, tech20tuesday.wikispaces.com. So that is Tech20Tuesday for this week, another 20 minutes of professional learning, and we will be back again next week with some more Tech20Tuesday. We'll see you all then.